Morning, Azeroth. Broadcasting live from the Trade District of Stormwind.
Hey, who rerouted arcane relay through the coffee pot again?
Coffee's done.
Hang on. I think we got it.
This is Azeroth Morning Radio. Warcraft for the rest of us.
And good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome. This is Azeroth Morning Radio.
Shouldn't you be studying?
Yeah.
Was that for me?
No, but that's really funny.
It's classic because that's all I've been doing for the past week.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, welcome, everybody. We are your hosts. My name is Jibs, and I'm joined by my better half. His name is Cash.
That implies a marriage, and I'm okay with it.
Oh, like it kind of does, doesn't it? Well, best brother. Best brother.
Look at you. You're all flustered.
Well, I about said breast brother. I did that once. You know, I did that once for my final in college. I get up in front of everybody. We had to give a speech, right? I go on and talk about my wife and talk about how she's my breast friend instead of best friend.
Yeah. What an idiot.
You want to talk about a Ron Burgundy moment that you just can't take back?
That is actually epic.
It was epic. It was some kind of epic. Let me tell you, because everyone's face is like, dude.
You know what's funny, though, is that public speaking does that to a lot of people.
Oh, it did. It did me. Yeah.
It's completely understandable, too. It is completely understandable because you get up there. I'll never forget. I remember this one thing because I've had to do a lot of public speaking in my career. A ton.
Yeah.
And the one thing that comes to my mind is from, I believe it's from the Brady Bunch way back in the day. And yes, this shows my age again, and I don't care.
It's okay. Marsha.
It was totally that. I think it was the one where Peter Brady just locks it up because he's on TV. So he's at red light. Like he just locks it, full vapor lock. And I think it was that episode where I think it was his dad. Man, it's so vague. But I think his dad said, just picture everybody in their underwear.
Yeah.
And that's all he saw in front of him was like the whole audience in their underwear. And to this day, when I'm speaking in public, I do that because it just lightens the mood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's hilarious. Oh, so how's WoW been for you this week, my man?
Well. Sorry, I was rubber banding there for a second.
Oh, I thought you were a glitching mechanome.
No, something was glitching. Definitely say that. I had a good week in Warcraft. I did quite a bit of stuff. And this was forced time because, as I mentioned before, I'm in the ranks of the scholarly once again. So I have a lot of classwork and stuff going on, but I'm making time every single day to play. And it's actually been really good for balance. So did some more time walking, which is still very enjoyable. Time walking dungeons are still, taking a little bit more time, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying that. A bit of endeavors. And then, as of very recently, we dove into Twilight's Ascension. Sorry about that. A little lag. Yeah, that was interesting on Twilight's Ascension launch day.
I tell you.
Very interesting.
It was interesting. I had to, there was a lot of lag. Man, oh man. It almost felt like the server phasing wasn't on or something. Like it just felt like something was just off, and I'll be honest, I wish I hadn't even done the quest I had done, because like I was trying to read them and mistakenly, I know I accidentally clicked through at least one just because you were trying to complete the quest and you couldn't complete the quest. And you kept hearing, and I'm like, oh, and the only way I could get by it was if I had to sit there and spam it. And inadvertently, I think it took me at least past one. So I know I missed it, like the start of a story quest or whatever. I'm like, dagnabbit. And, but I stopped, and I held off, came back today.
Yeah. And typically I think we quit about the same time. Typically I would be like, this is unplayable. and I would just click off. But I stuck in there for a bit longer last night just because I wanted to be able to talk about it with an educated perspective on the show. And it was, for all intents and purposes, it was unplayable last night. It was really bad. Just tons of rubber banding, tons of lag issues. I couldn't pick up loot.
Me neither.
There were so many people in that area that it was hard to get quest mobs, but that to me is a normal part of content launch like that.
It is.
If the quests are all in one area, then I'm really not going to complain about having to sit there for an inordinate amount of time just to get my quest done, because that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all of the server issues that was causing such a problem. And you'll be happy to know it's cleared up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now I will say this, like, it was odd too, though, because we even went, so we just stopped because, number one, I didn't want that to be the only thing I could walk away from the event and then come and record the show the next night, you know? Like, I just didn't want to have that be my only perspective. So I'm like, okay, step away. Come back, it'll be fixed, right? So we went and did time walking. Time walking was even odd too. We couldn't pick up any loot in time walking.
Except for bosses. We're still able to get boss loot.
That is true. Boss loot. That's true. I forgot about that. But it was odd. And you and I both, weird thing, we keep getting the same Lua error for the mainline or loot. What mainline loot or mainline like currency or something? Something revolving loot.
Yes, and we're not alone. It's an issue right now that's happening to a wide swath of people, where if you are hovering over something that is either in your loot table or in your bank or in your inventory, it will throw a Lua error. And that is even after, like, I got tired of it and I was like, it has to be one of these add-ons that I've already updated, but maybe it's just not compatible anymore. So I dumped all my add-ons. Gone. They're all gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured fresh start, might as well do it. So I did it, and it's still throwing the Lua error. So it's not game breaking. It's a pain in the butt. You just click OK and you're done. But if you're in the middle of doing something critical, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But again, those things will get fixed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So here's the other thing. When it comes to the reasons for, and if you experience this, then you know exactly what we're talking about. If you didn't, then consider yourself lucky, because it was nigh unplayable last night. But we got a little piece of information today that kind of cleared things up just a bit. When the Twilight Ascension event launched, heroes across Azeroth noticed something off. Spells fired late. Enemies rubber banded through time. Quests blinked in and out of existence like bad memories. Some got no loot. This was no ordinary lag. This was sabotage. Deep beneath Blizzard headquarters, in a place known only as the server room, a shadow moved between blinking lights and humming machines.
Look at all these shiny boxes. So many wires, so many buttons, and they all say, "Don't touch." These are my favorite kind of buttons.
This goblin had a name, a reputation, and absolutely no business being anywhere near production servers.
The name's Sprocket Snipspark, freelance chaos consultant. Contract says cause maximum confusion, minimum explosions, which, if I'm honest, is extremely limiting. Oops. Was that the event stability cable or the coffee machine? 50-50.
Moments later, across Azeroth,
I don't have a target.
I don't have a target.
players charged bravely into battle, only to discover their abilities arriving fashionably late.
Let's see here. Lag slider. Let's set that to unplayable but funny. NPC pathing. We're gonna invert this one. Rare spawn timer. Random. Loot drops. No. Oh, and let's give everyone the same quest. But only we'll make it completable by like half of them.
Heroes called it broken. Developers called it unexpected behavior. But Sprocket's Snipspark called it
Tuesday. Uh-oh. That one was either a cooling fan or the thing keeping the servers from catching fire. Time to go! Remember, folks, if everything's broken, nothing's broken.
And just like that, the goblin vanished, leaving behind lag, glitches, and a community united by one shared experience. Typing question marks in general chat.
See you next patch, suckers. I mean, heroes.
And adventurers, that's today's reminder. If an event launches perfectly, a goblin probably wasn't involved.
So that's what happened.
It's always a goblin and it's always money. Always.
I just want to point out, anytime they do the truffle shuffle, a goblin does the truffle shuffle out of the room. And you just hear, you sound like you can hear and equally see the waddle whenever just clop, 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 clop.
Yeah, the pitter patter of little tiny feet. I have that one saved in a file with a bunch of arrows pointing right to it. This is the one for goblins running. It is absolutely perfect. And folks, again, like if you experienced it, then you know. If you didn't, consider yourselves lucky. But it was a little brutal last night, and we would be remiss if we didn't at least poke a little bit of fun at it. And again, it is fixed.
That's right.
And I can confirm that. I've very recently been in the game, and it's a super smooth experience.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I was able to get in today and enjoy it. Man, oh man, I'm chomping at the bit because I've been able to do a minimal amount. So I am chomping at the bit to get back in and have some more fun. But yeah, it is fixed and everything's rocking and rolling. Folks, this is episode 19 of Azeroth Morning Radio. We want to first off thank you so much for pushing play, hanging out with us here today. This show is for all of you out there, all of us who grew up playing Warcraft and simply, well, we grew up working from Monday to Friday, even the weekends. We are parents, we are retirees, we're all the things, we're casuals. Welcome here, your home is here, friends. This week on the show, we have a big show. So new fun event for EU players. That's happening. Our EU audience will eat their heart out on this. Blizzard announces a team home building contest. Blizzard 35, State of Azeroth speculation, because believe it or not, we are recording the eve of Blizzard 35. So we're going to have a little fun with it. Going to get a little speculation station going on there, see what happens. And we had to record today. We couldn't record tomorrow. And so we'll talk about Blizzard 35 next episode. And not most importantly, but exciting announcement here. We're going to be talking the future of Azeroth Morning Radio coming up here later in the show. So buckle up, folks. Welcome. Let's get the show started right meow.
This is the notice board, preparing you for the week ahead in Azeroth. Good morning, travelers. This is Zadormi, speaking from a moment already in motion, with today's posted notices and temporal advisories. First on the board, winds of mysterious fortune are now blowing across Azeroth. Through February 24th, adventurers will earn increased experience and reputation, with curious fortunes appearing throughout the Dragon Isles and Kaz-Alkar. Progress will come more quickly during this time. Please do not rush. Next, the Dark Moon Fair arrives shortly and will remain in town from February 1st through February 8th. Heirlooms, mounts, pets, toys, and replica dungeon armors are once again available. The carousel continues to grant experience and reputation benefits. The wings are still aflame. The turbulent timeways remains unstable. Adventurers completing consecutive time-walking dungeons will continue to accumulate knowledge of timeways, increasing experience gained. The Time Walking quest, currently available, continues to award a heroic cache of Nerubian treasures. This opportunity will conclude soon. Beginning February 3rd, multiple engagements coincide. The Battleground bonus event will grant increased honor from objectives and victories. The weekly quest may be acquired by Archmage Tamar and completed through Battleground wins. Participation carries no lasting consequence to your record. At the same time, time-walking dungeons from the Shadowlands era will be accessible to adventurers level 10 and above, with challenges and rewards scaled appropriately. Finally, EDP Brawl Packed House will also be active. Battlegrounds will be crowded. This is intentional. Those are today's postings. Take your time. The wins will persist and the timelines will hold. For now. This has been Zadormi, and this was the Notice Board.
Hey, this is Matt. When I'm not slamming back knocking Fogger elixirs and playing my piccolo of the Flaming Fire in the Ironforge auction house, you better believe I'm listening to Azeroth Morning Radio.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Don't fret, your lore lesson's coming up later. We're moving to a little bit later in the show. We're going to have to wait a little bit. That's all right, though. We'll continue. Good things. Good things, good things. Don't forget, folks, you can always submit your AMR listener spotlights. Email us, AzerothMorningRadio@gmail.com. Record your voice and send it on over. Red Rover will play it right here on the show.
Nobody wants to do it because of the dude last week sounded like Barry White.
Because he sounded like Master Chief is what the boy sounded like. Woof.
Yeah. Well, I say Barry White anytime I talk about somebody that has an absolute voice for the microphone. And he certainly did.
Can you imagine Barry White is like, what's his name? You and I both, I'm having a moment. From World of Warcraft, has wings, you are not prepared. I'm having a moment. What's his name?
Say it with me. Illidan. Illidan.
That would be Illidan.
Illidan. Can you imagine Barry White as Illidan? You are not prepared.
You are grounded from doing lore lessons for 2 weeks.
What? I had a moment. Everybody has a moment. All right, come on, everyone. All right, it's time for Heroes Call.
Heroes Call. Hello, friends. We're going to talk about London.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's a yellow flag on the plate. Yellow flag, possibly red. We're not sure, but definitely at least yellow.
And we lost half the audience in one fell swoop.
No, that's a term of endearment.
That's fair. It's like when people make redneck jokes about the Midwest, and I'm from the Midwest, so.
Hey, yeah, but you deserve it. Making monster trucks out of Honda Civics. All right, let's get this back on the road. Here we go.
I'm going to do with
What? One more time?
I'm going to do this.
So mad.
I'm going to do this whole bit like I'm from London. No, I'm not. I'm going to embarrass myself is what I'm going to do. Anyway, this one is for our friends across the pond. If you're a World of Warcraft fan and you are in London, there is a community-run WoW meetup that's going to be taking place in London on May 19th called LFG London 2026. They're going to have all kinds of stuff. There's going to be panels. There's going to be WoW-themed contests. There's going to be guest content creator appearances and lots of chances to just hang out with fellow WoW players. This kind of thing is always a blast. We were able to take part in like tavern. They were taverns, like at bars, but they called them tavern events for a couple other games we played. And they're really a lot of fun. It's just, there's always a moment of weird when you're in there meeting other gamers, but that weird quickly goes away with a few sips of beer or a few sips of whatever your adult poison might be. And you're just gonna be able to have a lot of fun. So they're going to do trivia giveaways, and then there's going to be an after party for once the main stuff wraps up. They're going to have the after party, and it is just a fun reminder of how the WoW community is a community outside of the game. So if you're in and around London and you have the ability to go, there is an Eventbrite that is up for it. There are tickets that you'll have to get. They seem relatively inexpensive. I mean, pounds compared to dollars, they seem pretty inexpensive. And we'll put the link for the Eventbrite in the show notes so you can check it out. Otherwise, you can just look up LFG London 2026 on Eventbrite, and it should pop up. But that sounds like a fun event, man. And if they had one that was like close to here, which I'm blown away that I don't hear more about these things here locally in Southern California, because Blizzard's right here. It's 15 minutes from my house. And if they had stuff like this here, if you know about it and there's stuff like this in Southern California, please let me know, because I will 100% go to events like this. Just super cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love stuff like that. It's funny that you mentioned like the first few minutes. It's like gamers just getting, settling in. I've learned through our time of meeting many a gamer and being at things that we've been at that just walk in and own it, like, hey, we'll be welcoming, outgoing, and everyone's instantly more relaxed. Order them around. If they're into that, everyone's more relaxed.
Yeah. That's usually a really good icebreaker.
Yeah.
Just first round on the house.
Yep.
Or first round on cash.
First round on AMR. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Super fun.
I love it.
Okay. So anyway, look for that. And if you didn't know, I just found this out today. I was today years old when I found out about the latest Twitch drop. But it is a thing now. There is a cuddly green gurgle housing decor item that you can get. It's like a little stuffed animal.
Yeah.
That you can get. And all you got to do is log into your Twitch account. Make sure your Battle.net account is attached to your Twitch account, and then watch any eligible World of Warcraft stream from January 20th to February 17th. And you just have to watch a total of 4 hours. So it's something you could totally have running in the background. That's usually how I do it. I just have the stream running in the background and, listen to what's going on, listen to the mayhem. And then before you know it, your 4 hours is up and you've earned yourself a pet. So that's a really good way to get one. If you need directions on how to link your Battle.net account to Twitch, this is in the news feed. And again, we will link that World of Warcraft newsfeed article to you in our show notes.
Breaking news. Brought to all of yous by the Goblin News Network.
Introducing Azeroth Interiors Player Housing Competition. This coming to us from wowhead.com. Now, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. There was a wide swath of excellent headlines that came across the board this week, so much so that we simply could not cover them all. There's everything from dragon ridings possibly coming to the neighborhood. Endeavors are getting a buff that's out, I believe now. Just so many things that we couldn't cover. So if it's not here, number one, it could be because of the day we had to record, or two, it just couldn't make it in. So anyway, Blizzard has announced a new creator-focused event celebrating the arrival of player housing in World of Warcraft Midnight, inviting some of the game's biggest creators and most talented builders to compete in a multi-phase interior design challenge. Quote, in Midnight, we've opened the doors to boundless creativity with the introduction of housing. Blizzard writes, they continue on here, quote, to shine a light on this new feature, we're bringing in some of the biggest creator names and best builders alike to go head-to-head in the delightful interior design competition. The event will feature 6 teams, each made up of 2 roles, a homeowner who provides the vision and a builder who brings that vision to life inside Azeroth. The competition unfolds in 3 phases. Phase 1 is February 17th. Teams will gather inspiration and create concept boards using Pinterest. Phase 2 is February 19th through 21st. Builders execute those ideas inside player housing. And then finally in Phase 3, February 24th, Blizzard hosts a live stream featuring walkthroughs of each home with judges selecting a winner. I want to pause there for a minute. Pinterest. Bringing back Pinterest. I like it.
Yeah. What's like Pringles?
I know.
Pinterest? I know. Twitch isn't such a stretch, but oh my gosh, Pinterest. If you've never gone to Etsy or Pinterest and looked up World of Warcraft, do yourself a favor. And then I realize this makes me seem like I sit in a sewing circle with my sewing needles and knitting.
There's so nothing wrong with that.
But I really enjoy both of those apps. They're very good. And that is definitely something that I would do if you haven't already done it, is go to Pinterest or go to Etsy and look it up. There's some amazing World of Warcraft creations on there. But yeah, I love this partnership.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a win. I love that so much. According to Blizzard, the judging criteria centers on capturing, quote, the spirit of Azeroth in World of Warcraft, end quote. The winning home will receive a unique prize. It'll be featured as a custom listing on Zillow, and players will be able to explore it in game. What? That's awesome.
On Zillow.
I love it.
Wow. I know. And we were like right in the middle of talking about Blizzard partnerships with other conglomerates, and then they drop Zillow as well. Like, holy crap, that is incredible.
This is so cool. Blizzard also emphasized that the wider community can participate by sharing their own housing creations on social media using the hashtag Azeroth Interiors. Wow. Updates and broadcasts will be shared throughout the official World of Warcraft website and Blizzard's social channels. Dude, I love this. This is a win all around. This is so cool.
Yeah, you know that your game has made it when your marketing team can reach out to massive conglomerates and just drop the name of your game and go, "Hey, would you be interested in doing a collab with us?"
Yeah.
And they come back with a yes. And they have nothing to do with it. No. Real estate?
Yeah.
And in-game housing in World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the connection, but there's no connection. And they're pulling out all the stops. It's really neat.
Yeah. You know what's funny is all of us who grew up playing Warcraft, and I say grew up, like, like we were in like high school, college when it came out, right? And of course, there's others that really did grow up playing Warcraft. But it's funny because now those people were now in positions at these companies that, like, oh yeah, I was a raid lead, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not foreign anymore. Like, we have dispersed into the professional realm.
Yeah. It's funny too, because the way I think of it is like, you're like, oh yeah, we were in high school and college. Dude, I was a grown ass man when I started playing World of Warcraft. I had a career. I was, pretty well settled into my career already. And it took me 20 years of playing World of Warcraft almost by myself, minus a couple other people, one of which is one of our very close friends, which I literally slipped the discs under his dormitory door at work one day, and he ended up, being more addicted to World of Warcraft than I was, and still am. But finally, with this new generation of younger folks that we have coming in, which would be, I guess it'd be Gen Z.
I guess.
Is it Gen Z?
I always get lost on anything after millennial. I lose track of what it's named.
I think it's Z.
Is it Z? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So anyway, we have this influx of young people coming into the workplace, and like, seriously, God bless them, because there's a bunch of them now that play World of Warcraft, and we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
And have this huge generational gap, but we're having this full-blown conversation about a video game that we love.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it is so nice. It's refreshing to finally have people that are playing Warcraft. And the funny thing is a lot of these younger folks, they're all playing Classic. All of them.
I love it. I love that so much.
I love it too.
I love it, man.
It's super cool. Anyway, I know that was a tangent, but
no, it's cool.
I don't care. Cool. It's worth a mention.
It's cool. It's so funny. This is kind of like off topic real quick, but so I work at a news station now, which is funny because it really does feel like Ron Burgundy. But like, my boss across the hall, he's playing Baldur's Gate 3 with another guy across the other hall who's in like graphic design. So it's just like all these different departments and everyone's gaming.
I love it. Okay, if you did a tangent, I'm going to do a quick tangent. So I work for the fire department.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time, this was many years ago, but we were annexing a station from another jurisdiction at the time. It was like they were covering the area, but it was really our city's land. So we're annexing the station. It's part of this major land annexation thing. So anyway, we were going to that fire station to kind of pre-plan where our stuff was going to go and the things that they were going to take and the things that, we were going to move in. And I'll never forget, I was a rookie at the time, and we walked into that place and I hear this screaming from across the station. And I won't say what they were saying. They had no idea that we showed up, but there was a full-blown Halo tournament going on in the fire station between the members of the crew all the way across the station. They're yelling and screaming at each other for sniping and good kills. And it was hilarious. And I'll tell you what, man, I lit up because I was a gamer back then for sure. And I was like, yes, these are my people. I was so stoked.
Oh, that's awesome. Gosh, I miss LAN parties. Those were the days. Anyway, folks, check this out again. Get involved. Share your house. Make sure you use the hashtag Azeroth Interiors. This is going to be a great time. I look forward to seeing the post on Zillow. So there is that. Next up, this coming to us from GamesRadar.com. Quote, "We probably should have done something sooner." End quote. World of Warcraft director says the MMO add-on changes have been a long time coming, but better late than never. This should be fun to talk about. So with the Midnight pre-patch now live, Blizzard has begun rolling out the first stage of major changes to how combat add-ons interact with World of Warcraft. And the game's leadership is openly acknowledging this has been a long time coming. Senior game director Ian Hazakostas says add-on use dates all the way back to WoW's beta. But the real shift happened years later. Quote, "What we started to see 10 years later in Warlords of Draenor, I knew it, of course it's the expansion when I start playing the game, was increased.
It's your fault.
It's my fault, dagnabbit. Was increasingly bespoke add-on solutions that were designed to simplify and solve specific mechanics," end quote. According to Hazakostas, that was only the beginning. Over time, add-ons became deeply ingrained in the game's culture to the point where Blizzard felt boxed in. Quote, "There was no one specific function we could block. So we essentially said, okay, I guess this is how it's going to work now," end quote. But those early concerns only grew more serious as the game evolved. Quote, "We've probably let this go farther than we should have." Oh, quote, "Do we want this to be what WoW is forever? We probably should have done something sooner and would have been a less jarring transition for the community," end quote. And he summed it up with a metaphor Blizzard fans are already quoting. Quote, "The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today," end quote.
Right.
The story kind of goes on from there, but we'll stop there. Go ahead. What's your thoughts with this?
I like it. I like the leadership that's being shown by the Blizzard team and Hazakostas on this because leadership's important to me, and I try and pick these little things out when I'm following games. And when you're watching, companies grow and you're watching companies do amazing things, this one stands out to me because transparency is important. Owning mistakes is important. The add-on thing hits a lot of people, and it hits a lot of people. It irritates a lot of people. It makes a lot of people upset about the things that they have lost in their beloved game. Personally, I'm a little bit more go with the flow type of guy. I'm not going to stop playing World of Warcraft because they make changes. I'm just not that kind of a guy. Kind of committed to it. I love the world. I love everything that revolves around World of Warcraft. So little things like this are little to me, but I fully respect and understand that these are big issues for a lot of people. And I think the company knows that it's a big deal to a lot of people. And that is why I'm very proud of them for just owning it. We should have done something about this a long time ago, but we didn't. And the longer we let it sit, the more we're going to detract from the original vision of what we want the game to be. So we're going to rope it back in. I'm pretty proud of them for doing that.
Yeah, agree. And this harkens back to a lot. One thing that I learned, we more so learned in podcasting a long time ago. And that is, if you are more transparent, your audience is more apt to be more merciful than if you try to lie and hide something. You know what I mean? Like if you just own it, like, hey, we made a mistake here, our bad, instead of like, well, we studied for hours and you develop this whole narrative, whatever, blah, blah, blah. For instance, one of our lore lessons, we took a wiffle bat to the face because we missed something, right? Owned it. It is what it is. We knew we messed it up and we addressed it, right?
Yeah, that one in particular, which was a couple episodes back, I think that was more of actually, I'll own that one. That was my speculation more than anything. I like injected opinion into lore, and I'm still learning, right? I'm learning the lore and its delivery. So
agreed. Same.
It's like Star Wars lore. Like, dude, if you mess up Star Wars lore, someone is going to notice, and they're going to tell you. And thank you for doing that.
Agreed.
Because it keeps us on the tracks.
Agreed. And we definitely want to stay on the tracks for sure. So, like it, to me, it felt like, I agree with everything you said. I love the way that they've handled it. Truthfully, it does feel like it's like putting duct tape on a man's hairy arm and just pulling it, which is, screams ensue, right? However, I'm glad it was done, and I'm very much like you. I'm very much go with the flow. We take it for what it is, and we find ways to find take the most enjoyment out of it. I think you and I both, for a long time, have been experienced people, whatever the experience is, and enjoy that experience. And admittedly, I'm glad it's being done. Yes, even with pre-patch, things were a little rocky, with trying to figure out add-ons. Even today, things are still going on, but none of this stuff is permanent. None of this stuff that we're dealing with at this moment in time, right now, here recording on late end of January, none of this is, it's not going to be this way forever, Think of it this way. This will be the worst it's ever seen. If you look at it that way, if you look at that, even if you look at housing that way, like this is the worst, quote unquote, with worst. Now keep that, just, follow me. That's the worst that'll ever be is right now. Everything's just going to be better, right? And where it's at, it's amazing. So but with add-ons, I totally see how people could be upset with it. However, just hold on, because things will definitely get sorted. For sure.
Agreed. And I'm not going to lie. It was a little liberating dumping all of my add-ons.
Oh, yeah.
And the best part is, because I've done that several times in the past where I'm like, okay, fresh start, I'm done. What do I need? What do I really need? And what do I not need?
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that was never accompanied with was the ability to have some of those add-ons native in the game. And now we do.
Yep.
Like Plater.
Yep.
I used Plater for a long, long time. And when I would dump Plater, when I would dump Plater and not have another UI add-on, I would kind of look at the stuff that was native and just be like, oh, now it feels super vanilla. But this time I was able to dump a bunch of add-ons and it felt nice and refreshing and just clean slate. And then I could go into the actual game and tailor things the way that I want them, the way that Blizzard has envisioned them. And again, like you're right, it's the worst it's ever going to be. They're going to improve upon those things in the UI that I used to rely on add-ons for.
Yeah.
So, and they're working very well.
Yeah.
And it was quite liberating to be able to do that. So I choose to look at it from a positive perspective and bring that out on the show. And, hopefully that's what we're doing. It's not the end of the world, folks. That's what we're saying.
No,
not the end of the dang world.
Definitely not. Good things coming. I'm excited to see where this goes. And honestly, I'm going to probably do it again because I did the same thing. I went through my add-on list and just gutted everything I didn't need. I got rid of my old Better Transmog add-on, which I never dreamed in a million years I would get rid of. Ever. I got rid of it. I'm like, I don't miss it. I'm good. I'm like, this is cool. So yeah, overall, yeah, good spot. It's a good spot.
I bet there's one you didn't get rid of.
Nope. Definitely didn't get rid of it.
Start with an S and end with an etlock.
Yep. I'm going to tell you, I'm just so stoked. This is not a shameless plug because I talked about it last episode. I'm just shocked it's working. And it's working so well that now it's like demodal for me. It's a set it and forget it add-on. And I can't ever imagine playing World of Warcraft without having demodal. It's the same thing with setlock now. I've grown so accustomed to having it. It protects my stuff. And I'm just like, oh, this is awesome. It met a personal need. It was all conceded, really, because I needed that. So let's just go build it.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Oh, gosh. Anyway, all right, folks, let's go check that out, gamesradar.com. And then finally, the big story that we're not sure exactly what's coming because we're recording this on the night before. But we're going to speculate from what we do know. Blizzard 35. There was a video that was put out. The next chapter. This coming to us from Blizzard. And let me tell you, it was impressive. Because in said video, you got to watch the decades just go by. And it was so cool. Did you see this? Where there was like over 400 different artifacts honoring Blizzard moments?
I did see it. Actually, when I saw this, I sent it to you. And then when I started getting in and working on my half of the show notes, I was like, he already watched this several days ago. I'm an idiot. But, and I'm a little late to the party on some of these videos, but man, this one was really neat. It basically shows the evolution of Blizzard. And all those years ago, the things that were on your desk. And then it transitions to a little later, and then a little later, and then a little later, and you can pick out all of these things. There are some Easter eggs in there, and I think that this is going to be worth going through slowly. And maybe if not identifying all the things that are attributed to Blizzard, try and identify the things that you used to own or your parents used to own. It's just really a neat little jaunt through time.
Yeah, I agree. It's so cool. It's so cool because you sit back and you see their releases, and like as a fan now, I didn't know they were a thing then. I was too young to realize, what, 2001, what 13-year-old me, and even before that in the 90s, coming up 8, 9, 10, what Blizzard was to me, what it would be to me now. Like I had no idea Blizzard was a thing, and it was just so neat to watch. And I'll be honest, my favorite part out of this whole thing, truthfully, is the end. When it's a blank slate, they click the pin, and they're like, now let's see where the next chapter is. Now let's see where we're going.
What's next? And tune in to find out, it's super neat.
Oh, yeah, it really is. And so, folks, they go on to talk about this here. They're kicking off 2026, this is quoted, by the way, with the Blizzard Showcase, a series of developer-led spotlights featuring big announcements, sneak peeks, and teases across our universe. As we look toward the future, this event celebrates the artists, the makers, and visionaries behind our games, and our players who bring them to life, as we celebrate 35 years of community and craft. So, viewer's guide. Here's where we're going. And we'll stop here at Warcraft in just a second. I'm going to go through all of it real quick, and then we'll sit and chit chat. So this starting at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be World of Warcraft, the State of Azeroth. And then moving on, it goes to the Overwatch Spotlight at 10 a.m. PST. And then moving forward, February 9th at 9:30 a.m. PST is Hearthstone Spotlight. And then February 11th at 2.
You better apologize.
I know. At 2 p.m. PST is Diablo 30th Anniversary Spotlight. Mark your calendars and catch each presentation live or view on demand once concluded. We can't wait to share what we've been working on. And with BlizzCon 2026 on the horizon, we're going to be there. This is only the beginning. World of Warcraft State of Azeroth, dude. We kind of know a little bit of what we're getting. A little bit. A 2026 content roadmap. How to unlock the Dark Portal decor for your house. Hello, yes. Updates straight from Holly and Ian. That's all we know.
Yes. And tomorrow at the same time, I'm probably still not going to know that much. Because right at the exact time that this thing starts, I will be in a meeting tomorrow.
Oh, no. I'll watch for you.
Dude. No. You know what you can do is you can send me live updates via text.
I can do that.
That would be appreciated.
I got you. I can do that.
But when I look at this and knowing the history of how Blizzard does this kind of stuff, this is going to be more of a tribute to where they've been. And there'll be maybe some Easter eggs or maybe some foreshadowing to where they're going. But I would say it's going to be much more of the latter. I mean, you're looking at They got, what do they got? How long is it going?
It starts January 29th, and then it'll officially end on February 11th.
Yeah, but that's with all the different games. So you got 1 day for Warcraft. I would imagine it's going to be very heavy celebration on where Azeroth has been, where it started and where it's going. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all those things. And I'm also looking forward to being able to go back through that video and look for the Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're super cryptic the way that they do this stuff. So that's going to be in there. But all in all, man, this is exciting. It's very exciting. And it's another example of how Blizzard is just pushing forward all the time. There's always something coming up.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times that's what keeps people coming back.
What do you think is name one thing? It can be wall of crazy, but let's say maybe it's possible. That's on that 2026 content roadmap for this year. What's one release you think is on that roadmap?
I don't know about a release, but I definitely think that there will be hinting toward the next World Saga.
Oh, even after Last Titan?
Bet you anything that they're gonna give you something about where it's going. And it'll just like that blank screen at the end of that video. It's going to be right at the end that just makes everybody go.
Okay. I'm going to say we're going to see another random icon like we saw in 2025, and we saw the housing thing and everyone kind of like, what is it? What is it coming? I'm throwing a dart in the dark and probably accidentally hitting someone in the process. And it's going to be some kind of engineer or gear. And it's going to be the Tinkerer class, baby. It's coming this fall, 2026, to a theater near your Windows 98 PC.
You still have one of those, don't you?
I wish I did. That's nostalgia, baby. Hear that thing boot up?
You've got mail. And a lot of it. I don't know. Do you think that's too small of an announcement for an event this big?
Yeah, it is. But I'm just throwing it out there. I think that honestly nothing's off the table for them to announce however far they want to push it, being that it's an entire year's worth of content. You know, like you're going to see all kinds of cool updates, and honestly, it's just I'm excited because it's the unknown that I'm excited for. What's the things that are going to be special? What's the things that's going to make me be like, oh, no way, and swerve off the road while I'm listening? You know, like
every class gets to gets a second weapon, get a secondary weapon.
Oh my, that's dirty talk right there.
It is dirty. It's not happening, folks. It's not happening. I'm just saying.
I tell you what, though. Hey, you know what? I'll say this: the fact that they went through all 40 specs and did everything they did after they had the layoffs that they had at the studio, after all of that had happened, and here they are conquering the 40 specs that they combed through and streamlined. I'm kind of thinking at this point, hey, you know what? Anything's possible at this point. They said 10 years ago we wouldn't have housing. Now we have housing, and it's legitimately the best ever.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that after redoing all those 40 specs and all the work that they've done, if any developer ever listens to this show, then they're definitely throwing their phone and going, F these guys.
Well,
they always want more.
If they're throwing their phone, just hope they know how much we love and care for them.
Yeah. I hope you have a good phone case.
Hope you have a good phone case. So anyway, folks, we can't wait to see this. We're absolutely going to be combing through this next episode, which is fitting because it's a brand new set of episodes for us, episode 20 here at AMR. So it's going to be one heck of a State of the Azeroth kind of episode. But folks, we have some special announcements coming for AMR. It involves the community and many other things. So anyway, lore lesson coming up. We'll be right back. We'll talk about where AMR is headed for 2026. Starting today. Be right back.
For ages beyond counting, the Pantheon crossed the endless dark. World after world answered their touch. Chaos calmed, skies shaped, lands ordered. And yet, no new world souls answered their call. There were moments when doubt crept in. Moments when even the Titans questioned whether their search would ever end. But they continued, because they believed, without proof, without certainty, that somewhere in the Great Dark, another Titan slept. They were right. In a distant and forgotten corner of the cosmos, a world was forming in silence. Deep within its core, a vast spirit began to awaken. Slowly, patiently. One day this world would be known as Azeroth. As the world soul grew, its power pulled at the very forces that shaped creation. It consumed much of the fifth element, spirit, the force that binds and balances all others. Without it, balance failed, and on Azeroth's surface, the elements ran wild. Fire, earth, air, water. They clashed without pause, reshaping the world through endless war. Continents cracked. Seas boiled. Skies screamed with storm and ash. 4 elemental lords rose to dominance, each ruling countless lesser spirits, each determined to bend Azeroth into their own vision. Among them, none were more calculating than Alakir, the Windlord. He did not rush into battle. He watched. He listened. His tempests moved unseen, spying, whispering, sowing distrust. Only when his enemies were weakened did the skies darken. Cyclones tore across the land as Alakir's servants descended from the heavens, wrapping the world in shrieking winds and lightning. But subtlety meant nothing to Ragnaros, the Fire Lord. He answered conflict with annihilation. Where he marched, the earth split. Volcanoes rose. Rivers of flame poured across the land. Ragnaros sought no strategy, only destruction. Mountains melted. Seas threatened to boil. The sky choked on ash and ember. The other elemental lords despised him for it. Therazane, the Stone Mother, watched from behind towering walls of living rock, protective and patient. She raised mountains as shields and waited for her enemies to batter themselves against her defenses. Only then would she strike. Chasms yawned open. Armies vanished into the deep. Those who survived faced her champions, living mountains of crystal and stone. And through it all, Neptulon the Tidehunter observed. He did not fall for Alakir's tricks. He did not waste his forces against Therazane's walls. Instead, he too waited. When his enemies turned on one another, Neptulon struck with precision, splitting armies and isolating survivors. Those who fled were swallowed by tides that dwarfed even the highest peaks. For millennia uncounted, the elemental lords battled without end. Control of Azeroth shifted again and again, fire to storm, stone to sea. But victory was never the point. To the elementals, the war itself was perfection. Endless conflict, endless change, a world forever unmade. And beneath it all, a Titan slept. Azeroth endured their chaos, but she would not endure forever.
All right. Wow. Well, S.N.A.R.K is having maintenance this week. I don't know, maybe if the server issues earlier, something affected them. We couldn't get to flip on. and it just kept doing the weird whenever you try to push the power button. So we're just kind of going to let that ride.
How was it?
One more time.
Oh, okay. Sounds like S.N.A.R.K has something stuck.
Maybe it was a goblin stuck inside or something. Anyway, so this week, folks, there's something we want to reveal to you that we've talked about many a time, and that is how we're going to be doing community for Azeroth Morning Radio, which is different from anything that we've ever done. Basically, what we have done is we have taken everything we've learned in 13 years of casting, everything in community management we've learned, what didn't work, what does work, what protects us, what doesn't protect us, what's too much, not enough, and we've applied all those things here. And so, without further ado, cash.
Friends, we did, before we reveal this, not to deflate the balloon, but before we reveal this, we did have internally here at the show, we had some benchmarks that we wanted to hit, some internal goals that we wanted to hit before we decided to launch this initiative. And we reached them much sooner than we anticipated, and that's because of you.
Yeah, absolutely. For clear context, I haven't even told you this yet. This is officially our fastest growing and biggest show we have ever had. For context, we are now well over 33 countries tuning in every week. That's the biggest show we've ever had. And it's because you guys continue to share, you guys continue to support, you guys make this so special for Cash and I. And when he says we hit, there's so many more benchmarks and things we'll talk about, probably at our 1 year anniversary, I imagine, but you guys, it just continues to blow our minds every week. And yes, I'm sorry. Continue. I'm going to step on you if I keep talking.
Yeah. So all those countries, that's awesome. But is Kazakhstan in there?
You know, I can look while you're doing this. You go on ahead and talk. I'll look up.
I think you probably should look because, don't get me wrong. We've hit some amazing milestones in, just a few weeks doing this show. And I love it. And I'm super pumped. I'm pumped every week to get on this microphone. I'm pumped every week to create content and, make bits and commercials and lore lessons and do all the things that we do because we want to deliver you a quality show. But we also want Kazakhstan to be listening to this show. That is a benchmark personally for me. So if you hear me out there, do it.
Nope, no Kazakhstan. Sorry.
No Kazakhstan.
No Kazakhstan.
Oh, and Jibs continues to mispronounce words. It just continues.
Hey, but you know what?
Laugh.
Croatia, baby. That's the thing.
Dude, that's awesome. Seriously. Any country we can touch is so impressive to me that my voice, Jibs's voice, our love for World of Warcraft and our creation is being heard. If it gets heard in Northern California, I'll be happy. And it's being heard across the oceans. And that to me it's such an honor to have that be a thing.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's continue. So friends, what we are doing is we are launching something called the AMR Network. And we're going to launch this on Patreon. Nothing is changing about the show. The show is going to stay the same. You're going to get your same Tuesday episodes as you always are. But the AMR Network is going to be a community that revolves around Discord. And it's going to be built around the show. It is 100% wacky and framed as a goblin run radio station. So there's going to be a lot of jokes and you might get stuff from HR and every supporter is going to be treated like an employee.
Yeah, absolutely. And for context, you may be like, well, why are you launching this on Patreon? Well, a couple things. Number one, this allows us, and by the way, it's $3. $3, you can come be a part of it. But so we wanted to keep it very low and accessible as much as possible. But we're doing Patreon with this because this allows us to invest into things in the show, particularly things that we want to do to be able to give you more. It also helps us if something like in the past, I had a piece of gear for it was my desktop that go out that I do all the editing on. It's like the only way that could get fixed is because at the time we had support for said show. So it's stuff like that really helps us not only grow, but if something comes up that we have to handle, we can handle it. And also what this does is this is kind of a two-part thing. He talked about Discord and community being a major part of this. We wanted it to be a private community. We wanted it to be something that wasn't open to the public, but because it's not open to the public, we're going to be able to do some really cool things.
And we wanted this thing to be centered around the people who wanted to give back to the show. And just to echo what Jibs was saying, it really does help us keep moving things forward. It will help us with commissioning for graphical art and overlays and different stuff for the future, what we want to do, the things we want to do on Twitch and live shows and all kinds of nice things. So some of the things that it's going to do for you, supporters will get early access to our episodes, and then they'll get access to a text-first Discord. It's going to be super welcoming, super low pressure. You show up when you want to. If you don't have time to show up, then you just don't. There's tons of different tier perks. A lot of them center around voting on different types of show segments that you want to see. We're going to put some lore content in there in the form of lore study guides. So any lore that we cover, if you want to go back and don't have time to listen to it, we're going to bullet point that stuff for you and tell you why a certain moment in Azeroth was important. And those will be available for you in written form. We're going to do updates behind the scenes. And, depending on your tier, a lot of people will be able to be privy to that information and even to giving feedback. There's going to be one of the biggest things that we're very excited about doing is doing live episode recordings privately with members of certain tiers. So that means we're going to record the show live. And if you want to show up, you can show up and hear how the whole thing goes. You can hear our mistakes, you can hear our bloopers, and you can kind of hear how we record the show and then how the whole thing comes together in post. Trust me, it's much different from what you hear in the polished podcast that you're getting every week. We're dropping F-bombs. We're screwing stuff up. We're doing start stops. We're forgetting to hit record. It's hilarious. So those are going to be some fun things that are going to be available for people.
Now, just for context, that does exclude like the late watches. So anytime we do those on Twitch for the public, that's a different kind of episode, totally different thing. But for our regular episodes, like our episode recordings, yeah, you get to come be a part of behind the scenes.
Another fun thing that we're going to do is something that we're calling employee decompression nights.
Oh, I'm so excited for those.
Which is pretty much like after work, your buddy comes up to you at your desk and says, "Hey, dude, you want to go get a drink?" That's exactly what we're going to be doing. Just hanging out. We're going to set some of these times where we pop into Discord. People want to show up. You can show up and we can just chit chat and do our thing. We can play the game. We can talk about the show. We can talk about Warcraft. We can talk about life. And we're really looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and so when he said it's a text first Discord, it's a text Discord. But when we'll open up the voice chat channels and it becomes the employee decompression night. We're going to have poker night. Have you ever done that in Discord? It's so much fun. Just get a bunch of different tables going and everyone having fun, talking about World of Warcraft, talking about whatever it is, maybe something on the show that you found hilarious. And we just want to, it allows us to unwind and connect with you, which is really exciting.
Yeah. And it's important to us to have that connection with you guys. And if you feel you want to have that connection with us, then it's going to be available for you. So go check out the tiers. We're going to talk about when we're going to launch this thing, and we're going to talk about where you can find it. The one thing that we can promise you is that real life will always come first. There's no obligation to be anywhere. There's no obligation to put a post in or catch up on something. If you're a part of it, you're a part of it. You show up when you can. So absolutely, like, zero activity requirements, and we're not going to FOMO you. We promise. If you ever just wanted to be a part of supporting what we're doing and being a part of our future, then this is the time to do that. And if you just want to quietly hang out and see what's going on in the background, then that is completely fine too.
That's right. Folks, just so you know, when this does launch, you will go to AzerothMorningRadio.com. there will be a button at the top of your screen if you're on mobile, the top of the screen if you're on desktop and tablet, all of it. Click that button and it'll get you there. I would give you URL, but I don't know what the URL is yet. So we're waiting to push the button. So anyway, just go to AzerothMorningRadio.com. There's a button at the top that says become a patron. So anyway, the AMR Network is live as of right now.
Oh, good. Your first task if you join is to clean the toilets. Yeah, I blew that one up.
So go and do your thing. Go to the Patreon. You can submit. You can start supporting the show there. And then what you do is make sure your Patreon account itself is tied to your Discord account. Okay? Now it's going to do one, two things. And I'm not 100% sure yet. It's either going to instantly give you an invite to the server, or you're going to look for a post, which I will put on Patreon, of not only the Discord link that you can click and join if it doesn't bring you right in, but also how to connect your account. So there is that.
Yep. Friends, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good way to interact with all of you and have an opportunity to just meet each other and start turning this thing into an actual community. And Jibs and I have been talking about it for many, many months, and we're finally able to do it. So yeah. I'm excited.
Agreed. Folks, this has been one heck of an episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here. Listening to episode 19 of Azeroth Morning Radio. If you enjoyed your time here, let us know how we're doing. Whatever podcast app of choice, let us know. Leave us a review. It lets other gamers know if this show is for them. Also, please, thank you so much for the likes and subscribes and the comments on YouTube. It really helps the algorithm and really helps direct other people to Azeroth Morning Radio. Don't forget, folks, you can visit AzerothMorningRadio.com. Full episode transcripts are, well, they're linked now. We had to move them off site because the site load. However, it's linked there. It'll link you to our YouTube page, to the episode, and you'll just find the right episode. And then you can click the button there on the episode page. It'll let you watch the transcript as the episode goes. You can learn more about us over at AzerothMorningRadio.com or get in contact with us directly. Not to mention many other things as well. Cash.
Friends, if you want to send us an email, you can do so at AzerothMorningRadio@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Facebook at Azeroth Morning Radio, YouTube at the same, twitch.tv at Azeroth Morning Radio, on TikTok at Azeroth Morning Radio, and now, new and improved, Patreon. Just go to AzerothMorningRadio.com and click the join. We have Cajicola, friends.
That's right. Cajicola on the weekends.
Yeah, we don't have cookies. We have Cajicola.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you, and we can't wait to meet you at the AMR Network. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you.
Have fun in the Highlands. See you there.
Job's done.